The fun is in the creation, not in the validation. The fun and the joy should be in our journey as we learn and experience life. But most people make the mistake of making it about achieving their goals only. Once I get to that degree, once I get married to that person, maybe when I get to my 40s, I will live my life to the fullest, sit down with no worries, with my $10 million in my bank account. But the problem with those ideas is that you do not understand how our brain will be shutting all of your joy as soon as you get them. Once you get to that dream, your brain is going to increase your happiness level to its highest, but then it will try to adapt you to that change by reducing it to your normal levels. So very shortly after you get to that goal, you start to lose all of the excitement about it very weirdly. Like it does not even pass a week or 3 months and you don't even think about it anymore. You don't feel this kind of excitement and happiness about it because now your brain has adapted you. A lot of people actually feel like they are not complete or doubt themselves or live in complete depression until they get to this specific goal. They think that their entire life is less and less and it's lower and it's not enough until they get to the specific thing. They live in complete feeling like a failure or self-doubt. They are less confident, feeling their life is not enough. But when they get to that joy, give them 3 months and they don't even care about it anymore because now they are just feeling like they're used to it. It's just like the norm for them. So they have lost this kind of a privilege of actually enjoying their journey and living every step until they get to that buoyant that they dream of. I'm not telling you to not like have a dream, but I'm telling you to make that fun be in your every single step toward that dream, not to actually invalidate it as if it's those steps are the ones that are stucking you when they are the opposite completely. Having this idea that your life is going to be starting there when I will be getting my dream, as if your life has not already started, is just making you lose. Because years will be passing, time will pass, people will pass, everything will pass, and you are going to be the only one who is still stuck here, waiting for that time to come so you can actually start living. But that time is not going to truly fulfill what you've expected. It's going to actually might be way much more better than you've imagined, but it's going to not be giving you all of the happiness that you could have got all along the way as you have enjoyed the journey, as if you romanticize every single step you took until you got to that dream. Always have this kind of a mindset that I will be respecting my journey, I will love my journey, and I will be happy during my journey, and I will create that time. When we choose to pursue different kinds of validation, the validation of success, money, or people approval, or attention, and we idolize them instead of letting the joy be in our journey and to work for our afterlife, for me personally, we put ourselves on continuous pressure over things that don't really matter. And when we lack this joy in our lives, when this happens, we start to actually numb ourselves through cheap dopamine by distractions, short form videos, short form love, drugs, maybe alcohol. And when we don't have a goal or a direction, we end up filling our empty time with distractions. Instead of doing any of that, we should have focus on creating for ourselves and to live more deeply, focusing on what actually brings us true joy and worth. To create what we dream of, to create what you wish have existed, things that actually feel artistic to you instead of what you people would actually love if you created, to actually create the things you wish for. And if we do not take the step to create what we want, who will take it for us? And if we do not start addressing the issues or the things that we wish existed in life, who will do that for us or think about it for us? I love this kind of an idea that when you have an idea, this idea might be actually meant for you to get to the word. You are one of the people that were chosen to actually maybe take action and bring it to life. So always have this idea that I am the one who chooses to get this idea out or not. Let me take a choice to actually get it out when there is a good idea that you think has a little bit of even potential. Letting that time be delayed, maybe in the next year I'll start that business. No, actually take the step and do it right now, because since this idea have came to you, maybe you are the one of the chosen by Allah to actually bring it out to the world. and to actually spend hours with people that you actually like instead of using your phone to scroll, all for you to end up feeling unfulfilled, and to see actually like nice shows that have true value and respect your mind, not just another show with zero respect to the viewer mind. Focus from now on to learn to start immediately, to not delay, and to not let distractions stop you, to read a book that you actually love truly, not just that random short form learning that you see on TikTok that give you the illusion of learning something when you have, yes, you've learned something, but very shallow. And to actually learn to live slowly, to talk slowly, to shower slowly, think slowly, walk slowly, and more clearly, with no pressure to be something that would not add you true value. And one of the most important things in the creative process is to actually spend more time with problems. To be able to actually create anything, you need to spend some time with it. Spending 5 minutes or an hour on a painting would not give you the same result if you have spent a whole day on it. Actually working on a project or an idea or a problem for 5 minutes, an hour, a day would not give you the same kind of perspectives and ideas and questions that you would have to something that you have spent maybe multiple other hours on it. To maybe find what you truly love and what you truly respect, what you wish to change, and start writing about it, painting about it, inventing for it, investing for it, no matter how small or unnecessary or small it feels to you. Try to just create value anyway, and do what you can bore your heart into, to actually get curious on things that can actually inspire you. Not to stop yourself whenever you feel like something is hard for you, or to actually stop whenever you feel lazy, you feel like something is hard, you stop whenever you feel like distraction is there for you. My phone is calling for me, let me just like leave this for an hour, maybe come back to it. So learn to take action even when you feel lazy. Learn to respect yourself because you know you can actually do it. If you look at birds, you would see that they do not need to be scared from flying. They already know they can actually do that because they have tried already and they fly. If they did not try already, how would they know God has gave them this ability or another? Take action and try to know what can actually inspire you first or change you, to try hobbies like art, design, dressing, cooking, writing a story or poetry with purpose maybe, or to watch more documentaries or podcasts, to read and listen. For me, the Quran is the best thing to actually listen to whenever I want to feel more calm. Like 5 minutes ago, like an hour ago, I was feeling a little kind of an angry after coming from college, so I thought, let me just read the Quran, because I know that if I read just one page, I'll probably become more kind of like more settled, more. And right now, there's literally a podcast about anything: marketing, style, history, sales, health. Everything has a podcast. And do not let those podcasts be the end part of your learning, or do not let those like kind of a 3 minutes TikTok learning be the end of your learning process. Take them as an inspiration. I love to take podcast as an inspiration to start learning something, and from there, after you watch that video, go on and read the full book. Go and we watch another podcast about it. Go and maybe see more articles about it. This is something very important because I see maybe many people actually have 10 albums that are saved of recipes, books, movies they want to watch, but they never actually get to do it because they are already too concerned watching the next things they will be saving. They are just consuming, and they never actually get to actually do what they have saved before. They never get to actually do the things they have saved yesterday. No, actually learn to be the different, learn to be the exception from them, because the people that will actually choose to live right now are the ones that are going to be making something tomorrow. Have this mindset of creating, because our lives always will be going in the direction of our actions. Unless you change your mind or Allah guides you to something different, you would never change yourself. You would miss all of those opportunities to actually live life differently. When you start today to do something, in a year you will have a year of knowledge and experience. While those people that chose to scroll or to watch very low quality things, in a year they will have brain rot. I mean, what do you expect other than that? Have to do something very big to actually start creating. You can start creating by just thinking with a different perspective. But learn to always stop taking anything for guaranteed, not the perspective. Everything could actually go further and be more developed, and you can always find more uses and ideas for the same thing that we have been using for decades. And to look maybe first for the truth and then start looking for value in what you want to create. Question, how can I make this more valuable, more developed? How can I kind of, whenever you feel like you are in a closed door, go back to the beginning and see where can you actually find a way out. To maybe go and look around you in your environment. What can I actually take from my environment to be inspired in a different way? Have this understand that you cannot have an output when you do not have understand that you cannot have an output when you do not have an input. Go and see the world. Have an awareness of what's going on around you. Go and look at what's happening in the world, and from there take inspiration. Turn something small into a bigger problem that you've realized somewhere else. Go and look into the kind of like the beauty that is in the nature, and go and look for it in the life of humans maybe. Always be the change that you look for people, and be the mindset you wish the world had accepted. Be the strength and the voice you wish people had, and most importantly, start the change by yourself. Start reflecting on every day and question your actions more. Am I really watching or listening or reading the right things? What actions should I eliminate or add to my life? This is very important for you to change yourself, to just give yourself 10 minutes or even 1 minute for you to change the things that you do not want, because your life will go in the direction of the actions that you let. The change that we have, maybe in a year you might be a someone who's brave today, but in a year you might be something different. This kind of a change did not happen by 1 minute. It happened by because of a collection of things that led you to that. Maybe multiple experience with your family or your friends, multiple things that people have said to you, multiple times that you've chose to not be brave, multiple ideas that you've listened to that made you actually stop becoming someone who's brave. This all have influenced you across this year to become this end version. So if you do not stop every day and think, did this actually help me? Should I eliminate this habit? Should I eliminate this kind of an idea? Should I continue on this with this idea? Should I stop doing this action? All of that can actually change you and make you completely different. Create things that actually make you feel honored. This does not necessarily mean something big, but just something you actually respect, something you actually value and feel honored to do. Could be working in a charity, could be actually helping a friend out, could be just like creating a small business, or to maybe do some small internship in a hospital, talking to someone new, maybe doing a very, very small editing of something that you like. Anything could be honorable, but you are the one who actually choose to make it honorable, because every small action could actually make a difference and help. So have this mindset that even my small action can change. Go and maybe feed the little cat. Everything can be a beautiful memory, so don't hold this idea that I have to make something very, very big for me to feel or to create. So many people choose to live as a copy of others' choices and mindsets and thoughts. They dream of getting that Birkin bag, that expensive car, that's very big house, that becoming that girl maybe, or to buy the next Stanley Cup, the next trendy thing. This same thing applies to everything in your house. Just following people, not because you want something, but because you actually just want to be a part of them. People lived for thousands of years without needing this. They did not need to label things all the time, to have respect for those things, to feel like their life is going to become different just because they have something. You did not need those things to live. So get yourself out of this presence so you can actually have time for the things that truly fulfill you. When you are spending your time with things that don't fulfill you, you will not focus on the what actually fulfills you. Always have this idea: if I spend my time in the wrong, I'm not gonna have time for the good. If I spend my time focused, I'm not gonna have time to be distracted. That's the thing. What you focus on, what you hold, there's something that you have left. So focus. What am I exactly holding? Am I holding the good, or am I holding the bad? Am I holding what actually benefits me, or am I holding what does not? Always focus on that. Focus and reflect daily to actually understand what buoyant are you exactly on. I love this one Banksy experiment that he did when he had painted a house that he knew it was about to be destroyed. And when the workers have already destroyed it, and then they realize it was, oh, it was a Banksy artwork, they have regretted. But they did not regret it because it was actually a true piece of art, but they have regretted because it had the name of Banksy, and they could have sold it for over $100,000. The piece of art did not have value until it had the name of the artist. And the same thing is with luxury items and with very, very expensive things or things that we see as valuable. They do not have value, and still you actually put the label on them. It does not matter if this one dress is made out of polyester as long as it had the name of this big brand. Like, can you tell me why this one dress was being sold for $580 or something just because it had the name of this big brand, even though it was made out of 90 or 70% polyester? Polyester is the cheapest one of the cheapest kind of like fabrics, and you are selling it by the name of luxury and quality just because you have the name. A distracted society by labels, phones, alcoholism, maybe crimes, is not just weak, they are powerless. When we are not looking at what truly fulfill us, we will just waste more time toward what we do not want, when we could have got what we dreamed of very, very sooner. And on the other hand, you have people that choose to stay silent or to not take action just because they are too lazy or feel powerless, helpless, less confident, doubt, instead of doing something that might actually result to something very, very big. They choose to shut their mouth just because they think, you know what, I cannot do anything to this very big problem. Who am I to change the world? Who am I to actually make the entire media care for something? When all of the problems in the world have probably been changed by only a few people. Who are you to think that you are less than actually being capable of doing that? You are not less than anyone, so go and try to change that thing. Try to talk, try to take action. Every single action can be helpful. There is a single man who have knew the Edmund reagent. There is a single man who have knew how to actually start electricity, a single man who created the light bulb, a single man that actually worked on a lot of big issues. It's true that they had many people behind them, but they were the one who were the leader, the one in control. You are not less than anybody of them. So work on that. Work on actually doing something. Buy what you could. Try and try and try until it actually becomes something that you would label as honored. When you are saying to yourself, I'm not capable, I don't have the ability, I cannot do this, I'm less confident, you are not doing any change because the time will already pass. You are the only one who's not taking the chance to actually, maybe I will work, maybe I'll have the ability, maybe I can do it. There is always a maybe, and there's always a chance if you actually choose to do something for you to actually succeed. But if you choose to give up, you will just give up. Take action, and you can never know if it will actually win or lose. There's always an equal chance that you will win or lose. Just try to do it because there's a big chance that you will do it. Stop looking for the approval of anyone but God, because God is the only one who's going to be there for you and the only one who's actually going to help you there. And to actually make praying more of a habit that you do for your creative process, having more time for yourself daily where you are completely sensing your word, you're completely mindful, you're not thinking about anything or anyone, you're forgetting all of your problems and everything that has been going on in your day, can actually make your mind better. It can actually help you with your creative process. So make praying on time a habit and make it more efficient, more sensing of your words, more of a way for you to change yourself, more of a way for you to become more disciplined, and more of a way for you to actually become more spiritual in your life and religion. Thank you.